Welcome to another Living Well is a Lifestyle vlog with Dr. Eve. And the second part, which I won't be here long, is for all you beginners out there who are beginner gardening. One of the things that in my prayer today was, God, help me to steward everything you gave me well, right? And one of those things is knowing the plants that you grow as well. And by knowing the things that you grow, how do they start? How do you keep them alive? What are their water schedules? What type of soil do they like? All the things that are so important for us to steward what He's given us well. And when I think about the start something, in order for something to start, you have to start something. In order to do that, when we think about that also as it relates to our seeds, every one of these plants started somewhere. They started with something. Isn't that beautiful, y'all? That's my grapevine. And it is massive and it's doing exactly what I wanted to do and more. But I had to think about it this morning. Some of the things that involves caring for a grapevine is its leaves. Now, I'm set in my garden this morning. I thought about, okay, June is coming, God. Help me to figure out how to deal with the June bug. Because the June bug is an assassin. It will assassin the leaves of the grapevine. That is its preferred food of choice as it comes out to mate and drop its, fruit everywhere. But how do we protect and steward the grapevine so that the assassin, the June bug, does not destroy the leaves? Because I don't know if you know this, but grape leaves are a hot commodity. How many of you have ever had Mediterranean stuffed grape leaves? If you have, put your check down in the comment, subscribe to this box, subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be learning about these plants as it relates to what you can do with them. And I am a lover of Mediterranean Turkish style foods, and Mediterranean grape leaves are amazing. You take some grapes, some leftover rice, or maybe make you some fresh rice. I like leftover rice because it's always something to do with the rice after a meal, right? So I will take the leaves and I will stuff them with rice and bake them in the oven with some olive oil. I am from the US. This is my grapevine and I'm taking care of it today. So some other things I want to tell you about the grapevine. Since the leaves are so vital to me, and I know that June bug is coming after these leaves. June is around the corner. And so it's about that time that I now have to protect all, and I mean all, of this grapevine, right? Because it's everywhere, right? It's massive. So I have to figure out, what do I do? No, this is a regular old urban homestead, right? But God has given me favor in my hands to grow things and to take care of things, to make, manage, and multiply the things that He's given me. So when I think about the protection of the grapevine and the leaf, one of the things that you also want, the second thing you want to be careful about is rusting, like leaf rust. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We'll turn it around and see if I can find a leaf that is starting to appear to have a little rust. Okay, here's one right here. I don't know if you can see those little spots. So you can see that there is some disease trying to set in. Some type of rust is an indicator of an imbalance. So one of the things that I'm working on, hi from Belgium, one of the things that I'm working on to keep my leaves, because leaves are some of these food leaves or fruit tree leaves are vital to our health. So one of the things that I'm doing, number one, is making sure that I water deeply. And so I find the root, and I want to make the root available to me because, sometimes you got to, I restructured this grapevine because it was It was growing. But this year it's growing massively because I've given it new airflow, so it's really growing. But you want to put some magnesium, which like that would be Epsom salt, at the base of the plant. Put the Epsom salt at the base of the plant and then water deeply. That is so important. Now the next thing you want to do is to make sure you put them on a schedule. Make sure that you put your grapevine on a schedule, because you don't want to overwater and you don't want to underwater. And every single seed bearing thing in your garden should be on a schedule, because I find that that helps with not overwatering or underwatering, or how to check for. These ones in the grounds are harder to check for because they're in the ground. But in the bags and the pots, you can put your finger down in there and test to see what the water level is like. Now, I don't know if you all seen my video about the banana, because these are my focus today, about the banana, but the banana is a water source. And she is already 10 feet. She's already every bit, well, maybe 9. Maybe 9 feet. She has 8 pups. So she has 8 little cousins that's coming up with her, right? So if the banana leaf can be used to cook with, but it can also, this stem can be used as a water source, because the stem, this, is full of water. But how do you keep it thriving and producing except you give it water? Sometimes, and not sometimes, but in my practice, I did not know that you were supposed to water a banana. I didn't know. So today, again, I'm putting her on a schedule. She's being deeply watered right now, because if she's full of water and is a water source, if the sun's coming and just evaporating all the water out the plant, then how could it continue to be a water source? Or how can it provide the necessary fruit that I need, bananas, if I don't give it water, right? So even though it grew almost 15 feet tall last year, it did not produce any fruit. We're going to try something different this year. We're going to give her the water that she needs. Her pups, this mama, because the main mama, I don't know which one was the main, I think it was this one right here. And she's the smallest. She didn't produce, but she is the smallest this year. So this is the biggest one. Her sister right next, or cousin, or daughter, or niece, or whatever they call them, right next to her. So we want to make sure that we are putting our fruit bearing things on a water schedule. Yes, that is a banana. See? She's beautiful. I grow a lot of fruit here, and well, that's my intention. I'm being very intentional in this season about what I grow, because for one, um, I want to grow what comes back, because we should not continue, we have to pull back our purse strings a little. So we want to be making sure that we're mindful of how we're being intentional about our gardens, that we're not constantly in spin mode. So for all of you growers out there, those are some tips that I have for you today. One, the grapevine and how to use the grapevine leaves to make Mediterranean grape leaves. Beautiful meal, healthy, so good. Thank you so much for liking the video. Please subscribe if you want more content like this. We have a host of grapes on this grapevine, so let me show you. I don't know if you saw that while I had the video turned around, but if you can see, you see all the grapes. There is loads of grapes. They are ever present and showing themselves. They are everywhere. So we have an abundance this year, and they won't get ripe until about August or maybe even September. But they are going to be some nice sized grapes this year. I changed my trellising around, and they went gun ho. I mean, they just said, let's grow, gun ho, let's grow. And they're growing upwards and downwards and hanging on to the trellises that I built for them. I put some wiring in there for them to, trellis around. And I am now having to, and I built this trellis right here. There's more grapevines down here that are going down this little area. So grapes are something we're doing this year, right? It's just something that we are going to do. Why? Because one, it's good for you. The leaves and the fruit. Think about that when you're growing things. The leaves and the fruit. The leaves and the fruit. A lot of these things out here, the leaves are better for you than the fruit. And we're going to be talking a lot about that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more content like this, please like and subscribe. And remember that living well is a lifestyle that we get to cultivate. Have the most amazing day, and don't let nobody get in the way on your journey to becoming who God wants you to be in this season. How many degrees is it in the U.S. right now? It's probably about 85. And we need that weather. We need to just go ahead and shift. But for those of you who did not protect your soil from the heat, get to protecting your soil from the heat. We'll be talking about that as well, because these temperatures are only going to get hotter. And if you want your vegetables to survive, you must make way, because they will put a stop on water after a while because of what's happening in the world. All right. Peace and blessings to you. Until next time. Bye for now.